We are knocking off a snowflake off our Omaha, and I am in a tier 4 and 5 battle here. And I have a lot of bots in this battle, but that means that we just have to do a better job against the humans that are in it. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 destroyers. And 6 cruisers and 1 battleship on each side. That's kind of an interesting makeup. Okay. Well, I have caught a cold, and so my voice is pretty rough. I'll try not to cough into the microphone. I was just commenting to both teams that it must be bedtime because we have a lot of bots in the game. That doesn't happen very often during normal business hours, but it is after 11 o'clock at night, my time right now. And I am just finishing up the evening with a couple of the snowflakes. Try to pick up a few of the rewards. I have 200 ships that I need to knock off the snowflakes off of, and it takes a long time to get through all those. Even though I only have to do half of them, it still takes a long time. Okay, so we are in standard battle, which means that each team has a base, and either we take theirs or they take ours, or one team kills all the other ships on the other team. The team that takes the other team's base wins immediately when that occurs. They don't have to, they have to sit in the cap long enough for the cap to be taken though, which is about 2 minutes, so it's a very long time. Alright, that DD is one of the bots I was talking about. I couldn't quite lead it enough though, so he got. Alright. We have Kotovsky, it looks like, here, that's giving us a little bit of broadside. Giving some shots with my AP. I got some good hits there with the HE. Didn't get much out of that AP. Now I'm going to shoot at this T-22. Oh, dang, right away. He got one of our DDs. Can't say I care for his screen name, but get all sorts in this game.
Torpedoes to port.
Alright. That DD's hiding in his smoke, so I just turned on my hydro so that I will know when he actually sends torps at me. In the meantime, I'm going to shoot at this cruiser, and I got some nice citadels on him. Another 2, so that's 5 altogether. Oh, 2 overpins. He should have been dead. Omaha does have torps, but she has to expose a lot of broadside to use them. I'm just going to focus on using HE on this DD. Dodge through these torps. I can take 1, maybe 2, but I don't want to. There we go. Called threading the needle. Alright. DD down. Oh goodness, here comes another one. Okay, this is the Clemson. They have very short range torps. Only 5K, but he gets 2 sets on each side, I believe, or at least 1 set on each side. Looks like he just sent all of them out there. And our cruiser's going to take them all. He was just a bot anyway. Trouble is, now he's going to send the other side at me. Alright, got him. Now to steer away from these torps. Clemson's a fun little ship, but you have to get so close with those torpedoes. It's actually a suicide run. Trying to run up against a cruiser like the Omaha. Oop, somebody's shooting at me. With only 1 battleship in the game, I can keep moving around like this and do okay, but he can one-shot an Omaha. Although he is only a tier 4, it's less likely that I would get totally blapped off the map, but I still don't want to give him the opportunity. Okay, one of their cruisers is now in our base, so we're going to start working them over here in a bit, but first I need to take care of this German cruiser that came around this side. Oh, dang. I'm not sure what did that. I bet that was that battleship. A couple more citadels there. I think that set of torps, I think something's going to tag him and he'll be down. There we go.
Enemy cruiser foundered.
Okay. We are behind by 1 ship here. Try to protect our Kirov as best as I can. Mr. Blonde 42. There's another citadel. Wow. Hitting the citadel of a enemy ship does the maximum damage possible without having a torpedo strike or something. And so far, I've got a pile up.
Problem solved, sir.
Alright, we're just going to keep on this Kirov. Ooh. I am running low on HP. Kind of surrounded by the enemy here. Alright, our Kirov got that cruiser, and something's coming around here, and oh, crud. Okay. I am in trouble. Okay, use my last resort torpedoes. Oh, yeah, I knew he was going to get me. Question is, can I get him? And I did. Alright. It's just a flesh wound. That got me Confederate and high caliber at the same time. Cool. Alright, so now it's one of our cruisers that's only half health with one of our destroyers having to deal with the enemy battleship that is full health, but he's only a bot, so that means he's not too smart, and he just took a bunch of torps. And then we have a full health Mikoyan, a Russian cruiser, and I was looking at its driver symbol earlier, and he's experienced, he's been around, so that's not going to be an easy kill. Okay, well, if our Kirov can keep from dying, I think our Matsuki is going to be able to hit that Kaiser with torps again. It's important that they hold on to as much health as they can, though, because they're going to have to deal with that Mikoyan here in a bit. They've got 2 fires going on the Kaiser. He's going to go down pretty quick. Uh-oh, and there's the Mikoyan. And he has appeared just around the corner of the island and is in our base. That is problematic. I don't like having to depend on somebody else to win a game for me. I like to be alive at the end, but sometimes it takes everything you've got to get even this far. And if that little destroyer was still in the game, we would have most likely had our base capped already, and this game would be over and we would have lost. So I guess it all worked out. So this is Malvin's son Falklands. Can't quite tell what the name of the driver is, but he's from the Psycap clan. And he's done some clan battles. Looking at his emblem that he shows when I went into the listing of players that was in the game, he showed up as one of those that's done some of the higher tiers of clan battles and done well. Not quite up to the very top, though. I think he's probably somewhere around Storm League. Okay, we have lost track of that Mikoyan for a bit. I think our Matsuki is going to try to drive out there and find him, but I don't know if this is going to work out very well. I am saying, though, we're going to have to sink the Mikoyan. He's a pretty good player, it looks like. We certainly can't leave. And it won't do our Kirov any good to go down to the base and try to take it. If we lose the Matsuki, then Mikoyan will take the base before we can take their base. I do tell them that Mikoyan only has 4K torps. However, our Matsuki is well within that range. Oh, and we're about to lose the Matsuki, and he missed with all of his torps. Gotta spread them out just a little bit more. Even if one had hit, that would have helped. But yeah, we just lost the Matsuki. Darn. Okay. It's up to Mr. Blonde 42 and the Kira. They're about even on health. Slinging high explosive at each other since both of them are angled. Alright, looks to me like Mr. Blonde 42 has the advantage here at this point. But he has a fire on him. Now, I'm saying, you have more health than he does. Keep after the HE. But they got it with AP. Good. Alright, taking a look at those after battle stats, ended up with over 75,000 in damage, so that's a good game at tier 5. Omaha is a good little ship, though. And I had 96 target hits, 26 of them overpins, 57 of them penetrations, with 2 torpedo hits that caused 1 flood, had 4 fires, 8 citadels. That's what caused a lot of that damage, and ended up with 4 ships destroyed. I ended up with a Confederate. It's just a flesh wound and a high caliber achievement. And ended up on the top of the leaderboard with over 2,100 base XP. I need to give that Kirov a compliment, though. He saved us at the end, and I would say that Mutsuki, he held on as long as he could. I will give him a comp too. There weren't that many humans in the battle, so we had a bot there, bot there, bot there, bot there. All of these were bots. Same thing on the other team, so we only had just a few humans that we had to deal with. Okay, in the detailed report, I fired off, let's see, a total of 121 shots and had hits with 96 of them. So, yeah, that's just fine. I will take those numbers. And for my potential damage, over 500,000 potential damage. So there were a lot of shots fired at me and a lot of torpedoes sent in my direction too. All right, now let's take a look and see what I have for my captain. I am running one of those special event captains from last Christmas. And so this is the sailor that was one of the snow monsters or snow giants. So this captain is a 12-point captain now. I am taking grease the gears to get my guns rotating more quickly. Incoming fire alert, so when somebody is shooting at me, then I do get a little bit of a warning. Enough to be able to dodge the shots a little bit. Last stand so that I can keep moving and keep steering even if I take some damage that knocks out those elements. Fire starter, the demolition expert. Adrenaline rush, so when I do take damage, which Omahas are going to take a lot of damage, then it actually helps my gun and torpedo reload. And my last one is radiolocation, so it helps me find those targets, such as when I found that cruiser that was coming around that point, I could hunt him down and be ready for him. Okay, my ship build out here. I am running Aiming Systems Mod 1 so that it helps with the shell dispersion and gets more shells on target, which that showed up in the percentage of shells that hit. Damage Control Mod 1, so if I do take shots, which I do, then it helps prevent some of the fires. And given the choices that are available, there really wasn't all that much. I might trade in and get the hydroacoustic search improvement, but that's going to take some coal. And then main armaments mod 1. That's really the only thing worth taking there. I use the det flag, so I don't have to worry about my magazine exploding. And Omaha just isn't a secondary type of a ship. And so this one wouldn't make any sense. Just main armaments. Okay, and then in addition to that, Omaha gets a fighter. So when there are aircraft carriers out there, that does help a little bit with a couple of the planes that are coming in to attack. And then I get the hydro that helped out some with dodging some of the torps, and then the standard damage control party. Okay, so that was a good night in the Omaha.